Your niceness is actually turning people off. And I know for any of you who are watching this and you are the perpetual nice person, you're always there for everyone. You are the listening ear if they need help. You're the person that shows up when no one else does. And in your mind, you're doing the right thing, right? You think that this is what people should do if you like someone. This is how you should show up in your marriage and with your partner. If you're a single person, you think like me being nice is what I should do. But I'm here to tell you that it's actually turning people off. It's actually pushing them away. And the reality is this, and I know this is going to be really hard to hear, but the reality is the only time that it draws people in is when they are in need. And so essentially what you're doing is you're bringing people into your life who just need you. And what you don't realize is that this is a telltale sign that you have really crappy boundaries. And it's also another telltale sign that you really don't value yourself, that you will constantly put yourself on the line in hopes and in efforts to get people's love, to get their admiration, to get their respect, to get sex, whatever the case may be. Like, you are going to forfeit yourself and what you really want. You're going to put all that on the back burner to be nice, to get this person interested in you. And it doesn't work. It actually turns them off. And you're like, well, why does this turn them off, Arica? Because essentially what you are telling that person is this. This is what you're saying subconsciously to them. You matter more than me. I want you to really pay attention to that. You matter more than me. Like, if you're kind of confused about this, and I want you to watch this video here, and it says, I know it's hard, but it says, you're not nice, you're a people pleaser. So at the end, like, you want to watch this video. But essentially, you're saying, like, I value you. Like, you're more important. Your needs, your desires are more important than what I want. And the person's like, doesn't this person want anything? And listen, people aren't stupid. They know that in the back of your mind, like, they're never going to acknowledge it because then it would put them on the spotlight. It would make them accountable that you actually have needs. They're not dumb, by the way. They understand that you have needs and that, yes, you're being nice, but you're hoping to get something in return. Listen, they're never going to tell you that they know that, by the way, because they don't want to be accountable, because they don't want to give you what you want, because they're not into you, because your niceness is turning them off. It's making them unattractive to you because you're not presenting yourself as a valuable person. You're presenting yourself as a servant in their life. I want you to pay attention to that. You are serving them with no demands of your own. And we all inherently know that a person who really values themselves, they have demands, they have needs, they have wants, they have desires. We respect the person who can show up and articulate that and say that. But if you're constantly keeping that on the down low and pretending like it's not there while showing up every time they need you at every beck and call, you think eventually they're going to fall in love with you. No, they're just going to keep needing you. They're not going to ever show up for you in a place from desire. Meanwhile, they're having sex, they're giving their love to the other person over there who is being honest with him, who is keeping it real, who is being authentic, who is telling their truth, who is saying, like, I don't like that, or I don't like this, or listen, we need to be doing more of this, or I want to do more of that. Like, that's the person that's challenging them, maybe pissing them off sometimes, but they like it. Meanwhile, they're going to keep being nice to you. And here's the thing, like, nice people will defend this stuff to the grave, but inside be really pissed off and resenting because they're never getting what they want. And they just can't come to terms with the fact that it's their own fault, that they're actually turning people off by doing this covert way of expressing attraction. It's like, no, quit being covert about it. Like, your covertness is super creepy to them and it's turning them off. Just be direct And you're like, well, I'm afraid that if I'm direct, then it's going to push them away. Okay, then you got your answer. You know that they don't really like you. They're not really into you. They're just using you. And you can stop complaining about people always using you. Your manipulation, you covertly trying to be in their life when you know damn well maybe they're not interested in you, is you doing this to yourself. Your own neediness is actually killing you because all you're doing is making space for someone who doesn't really want to be in your life because they desire you. And meanwhile, there's someone out there who does desire you for you, but they can't even find you because you're tied up with trying to make everybody happy and making this person happy when the right person out there is going, when are you going to show up? And the thing is, you have to start showing up today. That person doesn't just magically appear in your life. They appear in your life when you quit tolerating the BS, when you quit being covert, when you quit being manipulative, when you quit trying to be on the sly of like, I'm just a nice person. No, you're not. You're just trying to keep people in your life. Meanwhile, you're not getting your needs met. And inside, you're sad, you're disappointed, you're hopeless, you're pissed off, you're frustrated, you resent them. This is some real tough love, but this is a tough love that you need that will change your life, because you can watch video after video on my YouTube channel, but if you keep showing up as this fake nice person, and some of you might be, I'm not fake, but you are, because you're wanting to get something out of it and you're just not being honest with them, and chances are you're not even being honest with yourself, and that's fake. That's not real. And that's why they're not digging you. That's why they're turned off, because you're not being honest. And shame on them too, because they're not being honest with you and saying, look, I get you're being nice. They could easily call you out on it as well, but most people aren't going to do that. Either they want to keep taking from you or they don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm hiding behind a camera right now, so I'm not afraid of hurting your feelings. Would I be this direct with you in person? I don't know. I mean, would I tell my clients this harshly? Maybe I would tone it down a little. But I'm here because I have the safety of the wall of the camera, but I'm here to tell you, you got to cut this out. Your niceness is turning them off. Listen, you got to get my boundaries course. Get on that boundaries training. It's 5 video trainings of me. You think this is honest? This is going to keep it real, but this is going to tell you actually how to get out of it. Right now, I'm just telling you what you're doing wrong. I'm telling you to quit doing it. Get the boundaries training. It's going to tell you how to get out of this, how to start choosing yourself, standing up for yourself. There's also an upgrade to my boundaries Bible. Go get that right now. I'm serious. This is what's going to change your life. But listen, I get it. I know in the back of your mind, you think that one day you're going to win. But listen, let me tell you, I can tell you the end result right now because I've been working with people for 14 years. You don't win. You don't win this way. You never get the love that you really want. You'll just create a very surface relationship. It will not be a relationship that comes from passion and desire. It's not going to ever go there because you're not ever showing up. Desire, passion, all of that comes from us on the inside. But if what's going on inside of you is being stuffed down in hopes to win them over by just being nice and not saying anything that will ever rock the boat, then who you are, that passionate, raw desire side, like none of that ever gets to come out either. So the longer you stuff yourself down, the longer you hide yourself by trying to please people, the longer you prolong your pain, the longer you keep yourself single, the longer you keep your spouse at arm's distance because they're not into you anymore. So I know this is hard, but in the comment section, I want you to tell me like what was the most eye-opening part of this that I said. You're like, shit, that was me, Arica. And damn, I needed to hear that. But thank you. I want to hear about it. Tell me in the comment section. But listen, you have what it takes, but you've got to start showing up differently. Now, to better support you, I want you to watch this video right now, why you need to stop being nice all the time. I'm going to break it down to you of like why this is hurting you and why you just got to cut this shit out. It's time for the real you to show up. I love you. I will see you in my next video.